Hey, good morning to you. Yep, Jesus is Lord. Yep, the word works, and I'm a work at it. Psalm 91, one of my favorite passages in all the Bible. I read it about once a day, several times a week at least. I meditate on it, and I say it, say it, say it. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High, not the most low, the devil's the most low, but Elyon, the Most High God, shall abide in the shadow of the Almighty. Now, I'm going to tell you a story that happened about 35 years ago. I was off in Louisiana, I believe it was, southern Louisiana, in a meeting. And I was staying in a little hotel, a little inexpensive hotel. And the bottom floor actually had doors that opened to go outside. And out back of the room was a little lake back there. And I got there early afternoon, getting ready for the meeting that night. And I happened to look out there, and they were two of the most beautiful black swans that I had ever seen. Beautiful, gorgeous. And I watched them for a while and eased out to go outside. Now, this is the days before smartphones like we have today. And I happened to notice that these two swans had half a dozen or so of those little cygnets, I think they call them, baby swans. Boy, they were gorgeous. And I mean, I was just enjoying the blessings of the view. And I thought, well, I'm going to go out there and get me a picture of that. And I eased the door open and went out there and tried to get a little closer to them so that I could get a picture. And they began to kind of holler and squawk and carry on. I wasn't paying much attention. Wasn't as smart then as I am now. And man, they were beautiful. But all at once, I guess it was the male, he turned into a monster. And he headed toward me with them big old arms a-flapping, and he looked like he was 20 feet wide. He didn't want me bothering his babies, and none of them babies had run up under the mother. Ooh, come on. He that dwelleth in the secret place, that was their hiding place, and that big one come run me off. I mean, I took off across that backyard, run up into my room, and he stood out there and hollered at me a while, and I thought, I ain't going to mess with you. Well, the next morning I went out there, opened the door easy. I was going to drink my cup of coffee out there at that little chair and table. And man, he saw me, and here he came. I took off. Secret place of the Most High God. We have nothing to fear, saints. Listen, that old daddy swan would have given his life for his babies. Come on, preach, Frank. Well, God gave his life for his children. He died, so we didn't have to. Glory be to God. Now, verse 2. This is the most important verse of Psalm 91. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God. In Him will I trust. Didn't say I'd believe it. Said, I will say. Now, of course, you need to believe it if you're going to say it, but let me read it again. I will say of the Lord. My trust is in God, not my ability. I'm a fairly sharp guy, but my trust is in God, not my driving ability, not my piloting ability, or when I ride my motorcycle. I'm trusting the angels to surround me and protect me in all that I do. We need to say this every day. I will say of the Lord. Now, what am I going to say? Well, God loves me. Yes, I can say that. But we're going to have to say, I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge. He's my safe hiding place. In Him, He is my refuge and my fortress. Watch this. In my God, in Him will I trust. All of Psalm 91, starting in verse 3, and we're going to read this over the next 2 or 3 days. And one of the things it says, no plague, none, no evil, no bad thing of any kind can even come nigh my dwelling. Accidents don't belong to us as believers. The angels go before us and protect us on every side. They help us. When my boys were young, of course, my oldest son now is 51, but when they were young, we rode dirt bikes out in the woods, in the mountains, and I never went out there without us confessing to each other Psalm 91. We're going to climb that mountain over there, and none of us are going to fall. And we would climb them and didn't fall. And we helped carry other people out that had some pretty bad accidents in there, but we didn't have them. Accidents do not belong to me, but I will say, let me read this. I will say I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge. He's my guiding and protector. He is my refuge and my fortress. I'll run into Him and hide. My fortress, He's my God. In Him will I trust. But I have to say it, say it, say it. I can't just think about it and say, oh, this is nice. I got to say it. And I'm still doing this, 50 years after I got a hold of this, I'm still saying every day that I trust in God, and I say that He is my fortress. Now watch this. Surely He shall deliver me. I'm reading verse 3. Surely He shall deliver me from the snare of the fowler and the noisome pestilence, and He shall cover me with His wings. Remember that story I gave you a while ago? I'm covered by the blood. I'm covered by the angels. I'm protected by what God has said about me. And I'm going to believe that and say that and say that and say that, because the activator of Psalm 91 is us getting it in our heart and saying it out of our mouth. You have to have this working for you, and it's not going to work for you just because you read it. You're going to have to say it. So Pat and I say it all the time. After a while, a little bit later today, around noon, 1 o'clock, we're going to leave, go on a trip for a few days. We're going to be celebrating our anniversary on Thursday, 55 years. But I'm going to get, when I load up and get everything done, I'm going to get in the RV and I'm going to say, God goes before me. God surrounds me. My vehicles don't break down. I'm blessed going out and I'm blessed coming in. I got enough money to go. There'll be money come in while I'm gone because I'm blessed going out. And I say I'm blessed coming in. See, you got to say what the Word says and not just think about it and say, oh, that's nice. I'll come back to this tomorrow. Hey, have a great day. Psalm 91 is working for you and me. So you be blessed in all that you do. And remember, Jesus is Lord. Thank God. Hey, the Word works.